Hello and welcome to Nagash Architecture, and in this video I'm going to show you how to model a clerestory roof using architectural elements inside of Revit. Now this is going to be a very simple tutorial. Normally the clerestory roof is a lot more detailed, but I'm going to show you how to use the architectural elements to follow a simple approach to help you model clerestory roofs. Now a clerestory roof is a roof that has different roof heights. You can see the first slope here, it's on the right hand side. It's slightly higher than the one on the left hand side. And in practice, in order to achieve this, you're going to need to understand how to lay your structural elements in place, as this is what allows you to achieve that clerestory roof pattern. But in Revit today, we're going to use a simple approach to try and achieve that pattern using architectural elements. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new project now. I'm going to use metric discipline. So now inside of Revit, in order to achieve that clerestory roof pattern, the first thing we're going to do is to actually create our levels. This is going to help us define where the clerestory roof is going to start from. So I'm just going to head over to the building elevations inside the project browser, and then we're going to use one of the elevations, perhaps east. And here we're going to set our levels. Now we know that the level 1 is going to be on the ground plane, but I'm going to change the level 2 height from 3600 to 3000 millimeters. So that's going to be our level 2. This is where the clerestory roof is going to start from, because there's a separate wall that joins the top roof to the other side of the roof that is forming the clerestory, or I like to call the clerestory wall. So we're going to go ahead and create the top level now. I'm going to just go ahead and click levels, and then we can just draw one and give it dimensions later. So now that we have our levels, I'm going to assign properties to this level in order to show me both ends. Now I can change this value from 5800 to 3850 millimeters. So you can see now that it's a lot closer to the second one, but that's okay. It's actually going to help us. So now that we have both levels, I can now take this one. Let me just unlock this and move it inside a little bit. So L2, we're going to call L2 our clerestory level. And L3, we can call this the roof level. I'm going to go ahead and create a floor plan for this roof. I'm just going to go to the View tab and click Plan Views, click Floor Plan, and then create a new floor plan for that. Normally in Revit 2025, it's shocking that we cannot actually automatically change the name of all this stuff. So we have to sort of do it manually. I'm just going to go ahead and name them. So now that we have our three plans, we can start modeling the clerestory roof. So the first thing that I want to do is to create an architecture wall. So we're just going to be using simple architectural elements to actually do this. And I'm going to change the wall property. That's one I prefer to use right now. This is wood exterior siding on wood stud. And to do this, I can use a simple rectangle, and we're just going to zoom in here and then draw a simple rectangle. So I want the other side of the rectangle to be long enough. Let's say 8 by 14. Doesn't really matter. So now that we have our dimension for the wall in place, the next thing we want to do is actually modify this wall. So we're going to split this wall at the midpoint. You can use the split element tool here, or you can press SL on the keyboard. Once you select this, I can find the midpoint for this and just split it there. I'm going to use a wall to actually find where that midpoint is. So, okay, now that we've got the midpoint, I'm going to now split the tool at that midpoint. So somewhere here. Thank you very much. So now that that's done, these two walls are going to be separate. We have to do this for the other side as well. So I'm just going to use another wall. Just go ahead and create similar for this one and find the midpoint here, and we're also going to use a split tool to split this wall in half. Now we can go ahead and delete those two walls, but for now I'm just going to leave them in case I need them much later. They just act like a reference right now. So now that we have our walls, we're going to select the first half of the wall. Just hold the tab key to select the other parts, and then I can uncheck this option using the shift key and holding the mouse, or holding the shift key down and clicking is going to see a minus sign. Uncheck those other walls. So now this wall is currently set to the top constraint of unconnected. We're going to change this and set it to the Clerestory level, and then going to head and click apply. And this other part of the wall, we can do the same thing. Use shift to actually hold on to shift to actually select multiple elements. And then we're going to change the top constraint to the roof level. So now if you look at the building in 3D, this is what we have. Okay, 3D is not really giving us an accurate view of what I'm looking for. So let's go to the east elevation. So you can see that the walls have different heights right now. This is crucial if you want to go ahead and create a clerestory roof. The next step is to go into the clerestory floor plan, and we're going to create a wall this way that goes across like this, which is going to be the clerestory wall. It's good that we didn't go on to delete these other elements. We might need them right now. So I can just pull this wall back this way, and then pull this other wall back this other way, just to meet with this other one. So it's going to be one single wall right now. So if you look at it in 3D, that's going to be our clerestory wall, but it goes all the way down, and that's not the way I want it to be. So I'm going to just select this wall and select the top constraint to be the roof, and select the bottom constraint instead of L1 to be clerestory. I'm just going to go ahead and click apply, and that is where our clerestory wall is. Now it's currently white, so I'm just going to select this and press the spacebar key to flip. Now we have our clerestory wall, small as it is, and the other halves of the wall. So the next thing to do now is actually go ahead and create the roof. Now we're going to do this one after the other. First, we're going to start with the clerestory side, and then we're going to go up to the upper roof side. So I'm just going to switch to the L2 clerestory. Okay, this just shows us the other side of the wall. So it's on the ground floor then. Okay, so on the ground floor, we can go ahead and select roof, go to the architecture tab, and then choose roof. And the roof is going to be on the clerestory level for level 1. So we're going to accept that and say yes. Now we're going to draw a roof footprint, but I can choose to pick walls or pick lines. But for this, first I'm going to define where the slope is going to be, and then I'm going to change the overhang, give me about 600 millimeters for the overhang, and we're going to pick walls now. So as we're picking walls, I'm going to pick the outside face, this long side, and then this other outside face. But first we have to define where the slope is going to be, and the slope is going to be on this long face here. And then I'm going to uncheck the slope, and then select this one and select this one. And then we can go ahead and join the other lines with one line like this all the way to this part. And then we can look at it in 3D and see where that's going to be. Now the slope angle is also important, and notice that higher slope angles doesn't really give me what I want. So I'm going to change this value to maybe 15 or 12. Let's just go with 15 for now. I'm going to go ahead and click apply, and then we'll go ahead and click OK. So that gives us the first side of the clerestory roof. We can go to the east elevation, and then we can see one clerestory roof. We can go ahead and model the other side of the roof, but if you want it to be a lot bigger, all you have to do at this point is to change the height of the roof on this other side. Let's see, we need this to be 4,000. Click OK. So that wall is going to be a lot bigger now. So what we have to do here is go to the clerestory floor plan, select this wall. Okay, we have to create the roof on this side. We're going to choose where the slope is going to be. The overhang is going to be on this side. On the long side, we're going to then uncheck the slope and select this side and select this side. Then use a simple line to join the other side to this one. So there goes our second side of the slope. I'm going to go ahead and click accept. So now in 3D, this is what we have. We notice that let's go to the east elevation. So you notice that this is the problem that I have with high angle of slope. So I'm just going to select this right now and change this to 15, just like the other one. So then go ahead and click apply. So now we can go ahead and select this roof. As you can see, it's joined to this other one. It's not supposed to be there. So currently it's set to base level clerestory. We can change this to roof level, and then go ahead and click apply, and it takes it all the way up to the top. So now we can go over to 3D view, or in the clerestory view like this, and going to I'm going to select the walls. Let's use the tab key to select all the walls on this side, including the Clerestory wall. And we're going to attach we're going to attach the top or base to the roof. So let's go ahead and select that option and then go back to 3D. We can then select the roof, and it's going to connect all those walls to the top roof. And I'm going to just select the Clerestory roof on inside. I notice it's currently white, so I'm going to press the spacebar key to flip that. Well, I don't know why it's not flipping. So the last thing we're going to do is to go to the ground floor and select the floors that are supposed and select the walls that are supposed to join to the other side of the roof. So you can select this one, select this, hold on to your city arrow and select this one and the last one here. So now that these three are all selected, we can go ahead and do the same thing. Attach top to base and then select the roof on this other side, and it's going to connect it to that side. So if you go to the east elevation now, we can see that we have our clerestory roof pattern. The overhang is supposed to be also on this side, so I'm going to try to add an overhang here. I'm going to edit footprint. I can go to the roof and go to edit footprint. I can select this other side and try to add an overhang. If it's not possible, I'm going to have to delete it and use a line and select offset 600 just to add that overhang, and then we're going to draw that panel. Oh, it's supposed to be on this other side, so that's going to be minus 600 now. Thank you. So join to this other side and then use a trim and extend tool to connect this wall to this wall and this one to this one. Then go ahead and accept that. And in 3D, we can see we have our clerestory roof. So that's also why my wall was showing white before, because it wasn't actually showing the overhang. So there you have the clerestory roof. If you look at the east elevation now, so this is a simple approach you can use to create a clerestory roof inside of Revit. You can apply much detailed design to this, maybe structural, and add the structural elements and all this other stuff. And if you found this video useful, remember to subscribe to the channel and also leave a like on it or share it with somebody that might need it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.